could take a sunrise.
Good morning, everyone. It's damn near 8:15, and Mike Atherton's been good enough to sit there prettily and batting his eyelids throughout that. I use the word batting, of course, with the only cricket reference I know. Now, Mike, here's something. I often tell our guests it's very unlikely we'd have all got together this morning had it not been for the microphones. You're here to promote. Is it the paperback edition of the book? This is not the first edition of it, is it?
It's the paperback edition.
It's the paperback edition.
Out today.
And the hardback, what, a year ago, was it?
September.
Is it really? No, longer than that. That's how it's become established in the canon. But
so
before we turn round to this, Mike, answer me this. The cricket ball, it's too hard, isn't it?
Well, if it was a bit bigger and a bit softer, it'd be a football, wouldn't it?
Even so, I do, when I was at
and
school...
And you'd prefer it.
And boys are always too frightened to say, and it took me about 40 years to say to people, don't you think the cricket ball's too hard? I mean, it is. I don't know why it has to be so hard. I love a game of cricket, but the ball is too hard. What cricket-related injuries have you had?
Not too many, actually. Broken thumb when I was about 15.
That wouldn't have happened if it had been sponge.
It wouldn't, you're right.
All your teeth are in one piece.
Yeah.
Discoloured, but in one piece.
Now, I used to hide in the slips, because it rarely came to me there, that was it. And I was in the school cricket team and everything, believe it or not. And also...
I don't believe it.
I was captain of the football team, and so that led on to being...
You did one, you have to do the other.
If you can play one, you can play the other. I'm right there, aren't I? There's very few cricketers who aren't quite good footballers.
I'm sure you've got pure natural talent, can't you? Good at anything.
You play football, didn't you?
I used to play a little bit, just hacking around in midfield, but
was there ever a dividing point where you thought, I can go that way or that way with the sport?
No? Sadly not. It was cricket or bust, I'm afraid.
Really? And when did you think, I'm pretty good at this? This is it. I'm pretty good at this.
Kind of early teens, I suppose. 13, 14. Tended to find you're a bit better than the kids you played with, and you'd step up a level to playing against older boys. But football was never... I used to play, but I was really not particularly good. So.
But it's something like bowling. I just found very difficult because I was afraid I wasn't doing it right. There's more than anything else in cricket. There's so many things.
But bowling is one of those things that I think you can either do or you can't. It's a very natural thing.
But
you can almost make batsmen
as a boy, you're supposed to, aren't you?
Yeah, but bowlers, I think it's just an instinctive thing.
Yeah. The arm would go a little bit like that.
Didn't you have the inspirational teacher? Because when I played cricket at school, never really good at had an inspirational teacher.
No. Well, you had a good football teacher and stuff, and a great cricket team. I mean, our school was 60-40 kind of kids from London as kids who were sort of second generation from the West Indies, and our school cricket team was fantastic, and I was drafted into it, sitting there in the slips, but you don't get it,
No, well, I don't. I walk past Vincent Square, which is huge. It looks like you're in the middle of the country, in the middle of London, and it's where Westminster School have their playing fields, and they play cricket there every afternoon. But all they seem to do is hit each other with the bat.
Hit each other with the bat?
My things were all from some kind of entrances to hell ourselves we worked from every morning. What kind of state is cricket in at the minute? Is it
well, it's interesting you say you walk past all the playing fields in London and you see schools playing, because the perception is that cricket is not strong in schools at the moment, and that it's the clubs that really are taking on the kids who have got some talent, because cricket is not really strong in schools, and I'm not quite sure whether that's entirely true, but it's a shame if it is.
But that's true of all the kind of competitive sports thing as well. I mean, my son never had he was quite talented son, even as he was 8 and 9 with the ball, but at schools it was kind of, they do it for 3 months and it's rotated with a bunch of stuff that nobody cares about.
Yeah, well, in the London area there's millions of cricket clubs, so even if your school is not that interested in cricket and doesn't have the facilities, you can always go along to your local club side, and there's plenty of people there to
But the ball, do you think the ball's fine as it is? That's how it is. Okay, we'll discuss more of this in depth when we come back. Where you go, Monica? Go on.
94.9.
Wow, look at this from Jim in Ealing. He's got a parrot. Is it a parrot? Yes, his parrot looks like Monty Burns. Montgomery Burns. I can see Montgomery Burns. We are asking this morning. Mike's wondering exactly what entrance to hell he stumbled into. Or what pets, and quite a lot of them do. Most pets have a passing resemblance to a famous person, and we're finding out where the entrances to hell are. No more people being frightened by nostrils. Nostrils are not necessary, unless of course you are medieval, an entrance to hell. The spirit cannot get in and out of nostrils, even the ones you're suggesting here, thanks. And also things you were allowed to do as a child, and things you were not allowed to do as a child, or even things you were forced to do as a child, like always carry a handkerchief, poor old David Quo. Strict parenting, was it right for you? Was it strict
for me?
Yes.
Kind of standard middle-class northern upbringing, really.
So what would that mean? Were you allowed to go to the cinema on Sundays?
Yeah, absolutely. The Roxy was the local cinema, yeah.
Flea Pit?
Yeah.
Pretty much a flea.
Still there, though.
First film you remember seeing?
Grease.
You're joking. That makes me feel like the future. Grease? I attended the premiere of that with an invite and everything. No.
Yeah.
How old are you?
35.
Oh, even so. Hang on, I suppose so.
That's the first film I went to see in the cinema.
Really? I remember standing in the queue at my first film when everyone was waiting for talkies to blow over. But, so it'll be Grease then, will it? So here, let's get to the res. Let's get to, apart from hitting, give us the book over, apart from opening up, which is now out in paperback, Tufnell. What are we going to do? Phil, he's got to win, hasn't he?
Well, he's odds on, isn't he, to win? It's a remarkable transformation, I have to say.
You reckon?
Well, in the dressing room, I never saw him lift a finger for anybody, and now I see him doing bush tucker trials and lifting the logs onto the fire.
He's giving it lots of looking out from under the brim of his hat. He's giving it plenty of that. And he went a bit nuts a couple of nights ago.
He's done remarkably well. I think it was Nasser who said yesterday he's just not pressed the self-destruct button yet.
He came close.
Has a habit of doing so.
I've been watching this all. This is the first one of these I've watched, and I apologise all the times I've bad-mouthed them in the past. I was asked to do it twice, but watching him a couple of nights ago when he was going, don't you generalise me. One thing you can do with Phil is generalising me. We'll be in a pub with a cigarette, and that's it.
Don't you generalise me, I'm going down the pub
with a cigarette. But I thought he was odds on from the moment he went in there, because he's extremely clubbable and affable, isn't he?
He had a bit of a reputation over the years as being maybe not the brightest kid, but he is absolutely sharp as a tack. He's no fool, and I reckon he'll win it because I think he's shrewder than the rest of them.
Yeah. So, and who did you use to room with when you were away? How does that work?
Well, it was funny. Tuffers was my first roommate for England.
Was he?
We went to Australia in 1990, and Graham Gooch was the captain. He kind of asked me very early on, and I wasn't sure why. He said, do you have a problem with people who smoke? And I kind of looked at him and just frowned and said no. So for the rest of that trip, there were two smokers on the trip, Tufnell and Larkins, and I got both of them. So I roomed with Tuffers for half the trip and Ned Larkins for the rest of the trip.
How was he with curfews and things like that? Was he all right with curfews and things
like that?
We
didn't have curfews, but if we did have curfews, he wouldn't have made too many.
And the cricket tours, I forgive these big, dumb questions like, isn't the ball too hard? But these are things I think usually journalists and other men are too intimidated to ask. The going away at Christmas thing, isn't that hell? I could never. That's what stopped me from being in international cricket. The going away at Christmas thing.
The tours are 4 or 5 months long, and they stretch over Christmas often, particularly the Australia tour. But most of the time, the wives and girlfriends come out at Christmas for the Sydney Melbourne
Even so,
test,
you want to be home Christmas Day. You know,
it's hard when you got kids.
Roll for the hospital and all of that, and they're 4 or 5 months, of course.
Yeah, well, it's why, people like Graham Thorpe and recently Darren Gough, Alex Stewart pulled out of tours because they're not too keen on being away from the kids now.
But then again, that's not a good thing, is it? I mean, you've got to have a bit of...
I think generally you'll find that tours will become shorter, that players will be keener when they're in their early mid-20s before they start to have a family, and when they get to kind of my age now and have kids and stuff, they'll start to move away from touring all year round.
Yeah. Has cricket gone too far? Again, this is a big old plum of a question. Has cricket gone too far in the commercial route? I know it had to. I know, but I don't like to see coloured whites, if you know what I mean.
Coloured clothing's been in a long time now. It started in Australia, and
do you like to see it? Is it good?
I'm just looking at the shirt you're wearing.
Oh yes, I just realised the man who was wearing one of the most intense Hawaiian shirts. Well, cricket was always known for being the whites, and there it is. It was like Wimbledon, which is now, of course, gone to hell in a handbasket in terms of its sartorial elegance. And cricket, with the one day as and everyone wearing browns and yellows and greens and purples, I don't like to see it. That's all I'm saying. I'm wondering if you're...
Well, in one-day cricket, one-day cricket sells. Games are sold out at Lords and Edgbaston and all these places, so...
What's really this new short game? This new
idea. Tell me, go on.
This new idea to get people interested, where you have a very short game.
2020, it's called. It's 20 overs a side, and it should be done and dusted in 3 hours. And it's a game that's going to try and be done after school, so it'll be about 5 to 8 o'clock. So hopefully kids can come in after school.
So 20 overs.
20 overs a side, and done and dusted in 3 hours. Bit of a slog, a bit of fun.
Are there many radicals in cricket trying to change, really?
Well, this is one of the kind of big changes of the last few years. It's an attempt to grab a new audience. Whether it does, we shall see.
Is it going to make us any good as a test side? I mean, is it?
I can't see it's going to improve our cricket, but I think the aim is to really get a new audience through the gates, and if it does that, then
get people watching
them. Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point of the game, to play in front of people who watch, whether it's on TV or through the turnstiles.
Or from the beer tent on a television. It is a terrific day out. But and I know you're building up the thumbnail sketch of me now as Britain's leading spineless person, but before we used to sit at the Oval, and when we used to go there, and I lived in terror of somebody hitting a six and it coming towards us. I was continually pirouetting around. I'd hear... And I go, oh, it's all right then. He said, friends of mine used to look forward to catching it. The ball is too hard, Mike. The ball is too hard. Well, at the moment, we've discussed that you think it's in a state of reinvention at the moment, cricket. But when was the golden period for you? When was that? That was it. Everyone talks about the '66 World Cup. For us, of course, when would you have said that was meant to be a cricketer?
Well, when England were best were in the 50s, probably. But when I was growing up, remembering the Edriches and boycotts, that was mid-70s. I suppose that's what got me interested in the game. But in terms of England's golden period, when they were the best team around and no, more than a match for anybody else of the 50s.
Yeah, and you say when you got interested, was it peculiar for you to be so into cricket? Because football, of course, I can name, for every one of my friends who went on to be a professional footballer, there's about 30 who could have been. Of course, the overwhelming giant of football is everywhere, and so if somebody to say...
Well, it's a real problem for cricket now that when you have talented kids of 8, 9, 10 who are good at cricket and good at football, then football tends to dominate, and that's
because
the route they go
because of the
down.
money, I suppose.
Because of the money, the game's perceived to be sexier, and it's the national sport, if you like. So football takes away a lot of...
if you like through gritted teeth.
It takes away a lot of talented kids, which is a problem for cricket.
Yeah. What are you no good at? Are you, as I say, both professional sportsmen can, I can do a bit of this, I can do a bit of that. Is there anything you thought, I've had a go at that and I just don't get it? Rugby, for instance?
I never played rugby.
No, really.
Like you, I'm a bit of a
The
wimp.
ball is too off.
But you're irritatingly good at golf, aren't you? All cricketers are.
I kind of knock around to about 10, but,
You play off 10?
Play off 10, yeah.
What does that mean?
It means he's got a handicap, which is very good.
Okay, there it is. I'm trying to be generous and say, no, there are other sports apart from football, but, yes, there is boxing, I remember that, yeah.
Well, your grandfather was a boxer, wasn't he?
He was, yeah, in the 30s, yeah, he was a professional boxer.
Now, that is a tough gig. That is a tough gig. Was he a winner?
I don't know. I don't really know. He boxed for about 3 or 4 years professionally. I don't know what his win-loss ratio was, but I know he was a professional boxer, and my uncle was a professional golfer. My dad was a professional footballer, so there's a bit of sport running through the family.
I didn't know that. Mike, was he play ball?
He was at United for about 3 years.
Southend?
The only United, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
West Ham?
No.
Yeah, about early 60s for about 3 years.
Yeah.
But didn't play in the first team, was in the reserves.
And when you're on the old 5 months away and all of that, and the football season is on here, do you keep in touch, I take it?
All the boys in the England team will follow team. Stuart's mad keen Chelsea supporter, and we'll always get the results faxed out to him.
As we were discussing off the air, great disappointment to me yesterday was they didn't do their usual self-destruct. You mentioned you come from a big sporting background like that. Was there any other option when you were little? What you were going to do?
No, cricket was the thing. I played football and all the kind of things you do as a kid, but basically...
Did you play against, written on, your first cricket pitch would have been the stumps painted on a wall, was it, or did you actually have access to other stuff?
Well, back garden used to... Tell you what, quite a good little tip for kids is to put a cricket ball in a sock and tie it to the washing line, and just you swing it back and forward, and you stand there and you play your shots against the cricket ball in the sock, and it's quite a good little tip in the back garden.
Here's the thing, you've got to have pretty good pegs, Mike, because if you give it a good whack and it comes away from its securings, it goes over 2 gardens. The cricket
and it
ball
lands in the greenhouse.
The cricket, of course it lands in even though people don't have greenhouses, it will land in one. They'll get one underneath it for it. But so you did we used to play in our square, and they were on the wall there. And we had all these odd things, like playing with your back to the bowler and the 3 blind... Do you remember did you ever do that 3 blind bowls if somebody was out or not out? And Wrinkles Weeble. Do you know what I mean by that?
Wrinkles Weeble?
No, Wrinkles we brought to the game to make it more, adaptable.
It's divided by a common language.
Exactly, yes.
I wonder what you guys are on every morning here.
When somebody comes in from the north of England, all of a sudden he starts going back to his roots. All of it gangs up against me. A minute ago, he was saying, about West Ham then. Right, so we used to do 3 blind bowls, and that would be turning your back to the bowler and waving the bat between your legs as they bowled at you. And if you hit the bat, it was good. It was rather like the medieval thing when they threw witches into water and that. But
no, it's a new one. I've not heard of that.
Oh, really? It's a terrific thing. Just before we wind up, the book, of course, is where are we?
There by your left hand.
So it's out now, and it is only $7.99, which is a way forward if you're too mean to spring for the hardback opening up.
How to say it
on the positive side of it? Sorry, Mark, but on the positive side of it, how much fun is just whacking a ball in the nets?
Great fun, fantastic.
That is just one of the. I mean, that's my own experience. You can hit it as hard as you like, and that's satisfying.
When you hit it sweet, it's like a golf club golf ball. When you hit them sweet, it's a lovely feeling.
If only you could do that in the wider game. Is that kind of feeling there? Yeah. Okay. and is cricket just in a slough now? Is it going to come back roaring as a huge populous game ever? Do you think?
Yeah, I think certainly the England games, the Test matches are sold out. The one-day internationals are sold out. There's a very strong following. When England do well, you tend to see this really people coming out the woodwork to support the team. So I think
there's no while since then, though.
Well, they've not been doing so well of late, but hopefully this summer, good start against Zimbabwe.
The low point of late? I know we've got to wind up now, but what would you say was the low point?
Well, they had a disastrous Ashes tour. Really, nobody was fit. They're all injured and got walloped 4-1. So. We look forward to Zimbabwe and South Africa this summer.
Whatever goes around comes around.
Indeed.
Yeah. Well, Mike Atherton, thank you very much indeed. I thank you for putting up my rather pin-headed questions about cricket. But it is a perspective that I believe the BBC gets 100% behind. $7.99, that's the main thing. And what a gift. Look, there's... Hang on. There's 319 pages in this.
And full-colour pictures.
And full-colour pictures. And Mike's on the front looking... A little makeup there, Mike? I think a little makeup. Mike Atherton opening up. Thanks for being with us, Mike. Where you go?
On 94.9 FM.